Alright, real talk. Are electric cars actually the future? Or have we all just been scammed into thinking they're some kind of miracle on wheels? I mean, you see them everywhere now. Your neighbor flexes his Tesla like it's a spaceship. Governments are throwing bans on gas cars, and every car commercial is like, "Save the planet. Go electric." But is that the whole story? Or are there some ugly truths hiding under that sleek, silent exterior? If it feels like electric cars are being pushed hard, it's because they are. Governments worldwide are offering huge tax incentives, companies are scrambling to go electric, and somehow buying a gas car in 2035 might be like walking into an Apple store and asking for a flip phone. But before we jump on the hype train, let's talk about some less advertised facts. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Making an electric car isn't exactly clean. Electric vehicles require lithium, cobalt, and nickel for their batteries, and mining these metals? Not great for the environment. In fact, a study from the International Energy Agency, IEA, found that producing an EV battery generates up to 74% more CO2 than making a conventional car engine.
Let's take a look at some ways electric cars are bad for the environment. Let me tell you, there's a few. One of the biggest arguments against electric vehicles is that battery production for an EV is much more detrimental to the environment than the production of internal combustion vehicles. So, is that true? Yes.
Now, sure. Once the EV is on the road, it's cleaner than a gas car. But that first step? Pretty dirty. And that's before we even talk about where the electricity to charge it actually comes from. So let's say you buy a shiny new EV. You plug it in, feel good about yourself, and drive off emission-free, right? Well, that depends. Because unless you live somewhere like Norway, where most electricity is hydro-powered, chances are your EV is still running on coal, natural gas, or nuclear energy. In places where power grids rely on fossil fuels, an EV's carbon footprint can actually be worse than a fuel-efficient gas car. A report from the Union of Concerned Scientists found that in some coal-heavy regions, EVs aren't significantly cleaner than hybrids like the Toyota Prius. Alright, but what about battery life? EV makers say batteries last 10 to 15 years, but real-world data suggests some degrade much faster, especially in extreme climates. According to a study from Recurrent Auto, Tesla batteries lose about 12% capacity in 100,000 miles. And Nissan Leafs? Even worse. And when they do die, recycling isn't as easy as chucking a Duracell in the trash. Right now, most EV batteries aren't being recycled at scale, and some just sit in landfills. So, are EVs a scam? Well, not exactly. They do reduce emissions over time, and in places with clean energy grids, they're a game changer. But the idea that they're 100% green from day one? That's marketing, not reality. The truth is, we're shifting emissions, not eliminating them. So before you drop $50,000 on an EV thinking you're single-handedly saving the planet, just remember, there's a lot more to the story. What do you think? Are EVs the future, or just overhyped?